Thank you everybody for coming to the Senior Talks. I can, I will, I must. Today I will become an Olympian. My name is Hannah Pulaski, and this is Legacy of the Mind. I run track and cross country here at Bow. Last year, I won the state championship in the 600 meters, and I hope to do it again this season. Track and cross country are awesome, and I love everything about them. Over the summer, my love for track grew even more. I found someone to look up to, my hero, Anna Hall. Hall won the Olympic trials in the heptathlon and achieved her dream of becoming an Olympian. However, the most inspiring part of her achievement was that it was a comeback story. At the 2021 Olympic trials, just 3 years before, she suffered a heartbreaking loss by falling, getting injured, and missing the Tokyo Games. Then, just months before this year's Olympic trials, she had to undergo another knee surgery. The stress that she was under was immense, but her comeback was even more incredible. Her secret weapon was a journal. Before meets, Hall used journaling to relax and focus. She harnessed the power of her mindset to make her amazing comeback. Anna Hall's care toward her mindset was so inspiring to me because I've always noticed in my own athletic journey that the way I feel and think during a race has a profound impact on the way I perform. I've seen this in both positive and negative ways, but I'd never known what I could do about it. So, this semester, I decided to dedicate my time toward learning how to use my mindset to my advantage, as well as giving back to the team that has given me so much. Through both of these experiences, I learned that a growth mindset is crucial. This past fall, I had the most successful cross-country season of my career at Bow. I continuously grew faster, and at the end of the season, I finished 31st across all divisions. I attribute much of this success to my mindset development. Of course, physical strength is critical, and I train my body hard, but an athlete is only as strong as their mind. So, following in the footsteps of Anna Hall, I took up journaling and found that it enhanced my focus, persistence, and confidence. There were 4 types of journaling that I used. First, there are post-race reflections, where the main focus is to learn from past races so that you can make adjustments for the future. In this journal entry, for example, I learned that I needed a faster start. Second was self-talk. For this, the night before your race, you write down the thoughts that you ideally want to be thinking during competition. This way, you will remember the mantras and feel the way you want to feel, positive, confident, and strong, even in the most challenging parts of the race. I can, I will, I must is one of my favorite lines that I borrowed from Anna Hall. It really helped me stay poised during the races, especially at times when I doubted myself or felt like backing down. Third was planning. The day before meet, I wrote down my plan so that I would know what to do at certain times during the races. In this example, I split it up per mile and wrote down the times that I was shooting for. Planning was super helpful because it is easy to lose sight of goals when mindset is not cared for. And lastly, I used my journal for reassurance, especially during injury. Getting injured is my biggest fear, but unfortunately, I hurt my hip in the middle of the season. So mindset was once again critical in such a tough, scary situation. Here, I reminded myself that I trust myself and that I can bounce back. I focused on the one thing only I could control, getting better. Now, the trend in all these types of journaling is that they represent a growth mindset. These journal entries all show that through hard work, I believed I could get better and make changes. I believed in progress. With a fixed mindset, it is very hard to get better, but a growth mindset opens the door to improvement. That is why training the brain is just as important and challenging as training any muscle. Oftentimes, though, controlling mindset can be too challenging of a task for an athlete to handle on their own. When this happens, who can they lean on? My answer is family, teammates, and coaches. They make the hard work fun, and they're the reason I do track. In my experience, my team has been there for me in the best times and the worst times. Last year, for example, there was a track meet that I was so stressed out about. I did not have a good mindset that day. I was upset and I didn't want to run. But my family and coaches and teammates comforted me and ultimately were the reason that I stepped up to the start line. And in a completely opposite situation, at my final cross-country meet, I had a super strong mindset. I ran my best race yet and was overwhelmed with joy as my friends, family, and coaches surrounded me at the finish line. They always believed in me, and they made me feel so happy and proud. Anna Hull has felt the same way. After she crossed the finish line and won the Olympic trials, the first thing she did was go hug her family. She had been under so much pressure for 6 months while she was in the process of recovering from her surgery in time for trials. She felt like quitting, but she had her family and team beside her the whole time. They believed in her when she couldn't even believe in herself. She called them her absolute rocks. Track and cross country are often considered individual sports, but for this reason, they truly are team sports. By surrounding yourself with people who care about you, you strengthen your own mindset. Therefore, be around people that believe in you even more than you believe in yourself. You will learn to have more confidence and will grow more. Mindset is everything, and it means even more when it is influenced by your team. So, this semester, I decided to show my gratitude for Bow Track by building a record board to display the team's school records. In the design process, I drew up a design that would be weatherproof, easily updatable, high quality, and viewed from the track. After finalizing the plan, I had to purchase materials. Obviously, this cost money and I could not afford it myself. So I reached out to the Bow community and received generous donations that fully funded the project. So big thanks to everyone who supported me. With the materials, I began the building process. However, it is important to note that I was a very inexperienced builder, but I approached the project with a growth mindset, knowing that with hard work, I would get better. This perseverant outlook was critical for me to get the project done. I was able to keep working through the challenges that I faced. Also, my dad helped me so much by teaching me new skills and by being my building buddy. Together, we began by cutting all the wood to the right size and shape. Next, we painted each piece. Then, the pieces were glued and screwed together, and finally, I attached the records, and the completed record board is now hung up on the wall of the track shed. Although that short summary made it sound easy, it was not easy. It took a long time to get perfect, and I made a lot of mistakes along the way. I took wrong measurements, made bad cuts, and the doors wouldn't even close after I hung it up. It was frustrating and super stressful. But I found that I needed to treat this project like any cross-country race. I needed to focus, I needed to follow the plan, I needed to trust myself. Be smart, be strong. I needed to know that I would improve, and I needed to have a growth mindset. I can, I will, I must. The race isn't over until you cross the finish line. So control your mindset, keep your head up, and keep going. I'm so proud to have built a legacy for the team that has done so much for me. Now it's time for the team to build its own legacy by taking down some records. Thank you. Any questions? Lena?
What is a favorite memory that you had while doing your project?
Probably completing it and getting it done. Any more questions, Sophie?
Do you have any records on that board?
Not yet. Maybe next week.
Thank you.
Thank you.